чате. Здравствуйте. Вы нас слышите?
Можно мы тоже звук проверим?
Dear colleagues from universities, education consultancies, dear prospective students and their parents, dear friends, everyone who joined us today at February 17, 2021 for Russian Global Education Day. Now it is 11 a.m. Moscow time, and we are glad to start our session. I'm very happy to welcome you all at this big event. It is the fourth session of Global Russian Education Day. And my name is Dmitry Nersesyan. I'm director of Education Expert Center. And I'm also glad to introduce my colleague, Michael Lazarenko. He is director for international business development, who will join me today for the moderation. The event is organized by Education Expert Center and its international team. I want to say special thanks to the international team of Global Red that has been preparing and promoting this event. It consists of over 60 members from dozens of countries, and you will be able to easily find them on our website. I really appreciate your efforts, colleagues, and hope that we will continue our joint work in future. And I encourage prospective students and their parents to approach your nearest consultants certified by Education Expert Center, as they are 100% ready to provide you with proper advice on why study in Russia and how to go through all the paperwork.
The Russian Federation has always been a popular study destination since Soviet times, thanks to major effort of Russian government, Russian Federal Agency Россотрудничество, Russian cultural centers and Russian-speaking communities abroad, and Russian universities, of course, because Russian universities provide high-quality education at very competitive rates. In some areas, Russian universities are among world leaders. Several Russian universities regularly present in international rankings, constantly improving their positions both in institutional and subjects rankings. If you are looking for scholarships options in order to study in Russia, then I urge you to visit official website where you can apply for your scholarships. The website is www.futureinrussia.com. Please visit it for more details.
Let me make a few remarks about the current situation in Russian education market. Despite circulating gossips and rumors, Russia definitely does not close doors for international students. On the contrary, Russia is among the first countries that are going to get back on track after the pandemic. According to the recent news, citizens of 4 more countries, including India and Vietnam, will be allowed to travel to Russia. This means that it is the right time for everyone to put Russia on the top positions in your list of priority destination countries. Russian education has so many undisputable advantages. First of all, Russia is famous for the world-class level of its higher education, and at the same time, it is very affordable. Even if you are not able to secure a scholarship, you still can afford to study in Russia, because tuition fees at Russian universities are up to 10 times less than in other popular study destinations. Also, Russian education is accessible. There are no extra prerequisites apart from your certificate of completed secondary education. No language proficiency documents are required. You just need to successfully pass university's admission tests. You will be able to support yourself throughout the period of studies, as international students are eligible for a part-time employment in Russia. As always, we would like to introduce our strategic partner. The Eurasian People's Assembly is an international, non-governmental organization aimed at forming a public integration model for the sake of establishing peace and harmony through the development of multilateral cooperation and public diplomacy in the Eurasian space. Currently, the Assembly brings together representatives from more than 40 countries, and the Assembly signed over 80 agreements with partners in various fields of activities: culture, entrepreneurship, development of integration relations among the peoples of Eurasia, and public diplomacy.
Today, 10 leading Russian universities will make their presentations for global community of education consultants and prospective students who consider Russia as their study destination. The Global Red session will last for approximately 3 hours and 30 minutes. We have received even registration from participants from over 30 countries across Eurasia, Africa, and even Latin America and Caribbean countries. Before we start the presentations, I would like to make a few organizational remarks. Every university will have 20 minutes. They will use it for presentations and addressing questions. Please use the chat room on the right side of the screen to post your questions. I remind everyone that we encourage you to send your questions on our WhatsApp at +7 495 152 4497 throughout the session. Dear speakers, please try to keep within your time limits as we are broadcasting live. Dear prospective students and their parents, please take this opportunity to get information directly from university's officials. This will help you to make a correct choice on choosing Russia as your study destination. Okay, let's hope that everything will go smoothly today, and let us start the show. I will wish you good luck to all speakers and all participants. Our first university participant is coming from Far East region of the Russian Federation, representing the city of Blagoveshchensk. I welcome Ms. Natalia Roiba, Head of International Relations of Amur State University. Good evening, Natalia. Since you're 6 hours ahead of Moscow, Blagoveshchensk is a very important commercial, economic and cultural hub of the Far East. Natalia, please tell us about the region and Amur State University.
Hello, everybody. Thank you for giving me the floor. And it's true that we are far from Moscow. We are 8 hours flight from Moscow, actually. And it's almost 5 p.m. right now. So, but I'm happy to be with you because it's really important. It's a really important mission and a really important event for our university and for the whole country as well. And I'm glad to introduce the university to the international audience. Well, just a few words about the location and about the institution as well. Its history. So we are among the youngest universities of Russia, and we are growing very fast. We are 45 this year, because the university was established in 1975 as an institute of technology, but it took less than 20 years for a small technological institute to become a classical university. Today, we are the center of education and research in the Far East of Russia. This is the place where students and researchers come to become a part of a large family forever. And it's the team of inspired people that transform not only the life of the city of Blagoveshchensk, but also the Amur region and the Far East on the whole. The university has a unique location, as Alexei mentioned. It is in the Amur region, and it is in the city of Blagoveshchensk, one of the oldest settlements in the Russian Far East. It was founded in 1856. It is the city which borders with the People's Republic of China, and the borderline with China goes on the Amur River. That's why we have such a name. Just 526 meters depart Heihe and Blagoveshchensk. The most incredible thing for the first-time visitors to Blagoveshchensk is to view people on the opposite side of the Amur River and realize that there is a different country. The distance has become even less due to the construction of the Sino-Russian bridge over the river and the cable road. So in the Far East of Russia, I think this fact will be very interesting for international students. The climate is unique too. We have extremely hot and sunny summers with 38 to 40 degrees above zero on Celsius, and snowy and frosty winters with 25 to 30 degrees below zero. Together with this, Blagoveshchensk is a very safe place for the youth, and lots of international students come to study there. Because we have 5 universities in the city, but all with different focus area. We have teachers training, agricultural, medical, and military. But the Amur State University combines the humanities, fine arts with STEM sciences, and it is arranged as a classical one. The university provides degree and non-degree courses and programs for various levels. We have 30 bachelor and master degree programs, and 4 PhD programs, together with 12 professional degree programs, and also non-degree programs for student academic mobility, various courses, both distantly and on site. The concept of continuous lifelong education is full-fledged at the Amur State University. Some students start with high school and continue their study at PhD program. The annual number of international students entering the university is constantly growing as well, as soon as we are focusing on making our programs relevant and accessible for the international audience. For this reason, the university team closely collaborates with different research centers and professional alliances, not only in Russia, but worldwide. Since 1992, we established international cooperation with a number of universities from China, from South Korea, Germany, Poland, Italy, the USA, and Japan. We are the active member of 5 professional associations, focusing on technical sciences and on professional cooperation. Together with our partners, we arrange joint projects in STEMs, astronautics, humanities, economics, languages, development of Sino-Russian economic relations, and others. Today, we enroll more than 300 international students, primarily from China and Asian Pacific region. It is quite accountable if we consider our geographical position. We also have single students from Middle East and Africa, but we receive a lot of requests from these parts of the world. And currently we are trying to let the world know about the university, and we try to use different platforms for presenting the institution for potential students and partners. And I would like to express my high gratitude to the Educational Expert Center and to Dmitry Nersisan and his team for providing universities and the Amur State University as well with such a valuable opportunity. Well, for those students who come to Russia and choose the Amur State University to study there, we have a preparatory department, a foundation program for international students, where the skillful board of professors teach the Russian language, literature, and culture since 2013. Students learn the Russian language, different subjects to prepare for entrance examination. They are taught in small groups, which is very convenient. The course lasts for 1 academic year, and to enter the course, one needs only to submit the application form online. No exams are required. We can students can apply for the government scholarship on the site of Study in Russia for studying for free, not only at degree programs, but also at the foundation program as well, and study at the Amur State University. Well, next slide, please. We also have the Russian language courses to improve practical Russian proficiency of international students and to undergo certification testing. And the enrollment for these courses does not depend on the period of the academic year. Well, being a classical university, we have 10 departments which enroll students for a variety of bachelor and master programs, from engineering, math, IT, power and energy, linguistics, translation, tourism, economics, design, and social sciences. And the Department of Mathematics and Computer Science is one of the best at the university in terms of students' academic performance. The alumni of the department work not only for the companies within the Amur region and Russia, but also abroad, in New Zealand, in Australia, Germany, China, and so on. Will you proceed with the next one? So talking about the philological department, this department is an excellent opportunity for students to study the language, the Russian language and philology, literature, and to become a journalist. During their studies, students have practical trainings and practices in Russia and abroad at schools, colleges, and at the institutions of higher education. Russian language and literature are very popular majors among foreign students, and philological department attracts the majority of international students at the university. Besides degree courses, international students participate in summer camps, winter programs, learning Russian language and culture. The Department of International Relations is a perfect place for those who would like to study our unique history, Chinese language, different foreign languages, foreign for the Russians, of course, English, French, and study world religions and linguistics. The university has a strong research school in languages, cultures, and ethnography, and the majority of international PhD students are involved into it. Next slide, please. The Department of Power Engineering is actively developing educational programs in fields because they are of great demand for higher qualified there is a great demand for higher qualified engineers from big companies of the region, for hydroelectric power stations, for the Russian Space Agency, Spaceport Vostochny or Eastern, and others. Next slide, please. Students of the Department of Engineering and Physics contribute to research and science in such fields as creation of new materials, information technologies, medical physics, and nanotechnologies. The Department of Engineering and Physics is a leading supplier of qualified staff for such foregrounded federal projects as Spaceport Vostochny, which is not far from Blagoveshchensk. Next slide. The Department of Law is traditionally popular among applicants because of its close ties with the courts, police department, investigative committee, and other law enforcement agencies. But if we talk about international students, only those who live and work in Russia enter this department. Next slide, please. Economics department. The graduates from this department work with government bodies, insurance companies, and commercial organizations. And of course, it's one of the popular ones for the international audience. Next slide. The next department is the Department of Social Sciences. It's one of the largest departments, and graduates are successfully employed in various educational institutions, state and municipal administrations, and so on. It has become really popular in the last 2 years because the university opened a lot of programs which are in demand in the global market. Next slide. The Department of Art, Design and Technology. It's the oldest one in the university. It's considered to be the most prestigious one and the most creative, of course. There are lots of high school qualifications and its alumni work in the outside of the Amur region as clothes designers, interior designers, construction companies, and so on. We would like to attract the international students' attention, prospective international student attention to some of the programs, both in the Russian and in the English languages, because they might be in great demand in the nearest future. And so we provide both bachelor and master programs in religious studies, tourism, and pedagogy for different qualifications. Next slide, please. The other two programs, design is for the bachelor degree is really popular for Chinese students, and I guess it might be popular for the rest of the world due to the qualification the university provides. And the other one, sports and fitness, for the master's degree is a newly open program. We hope it will become popular among the students. For the admission process, if you need to require any kind of information, call, write, or apply to the international office team just by contacting us. The contacting telephone number, a QR code of the website you will find on the last slide. The admission procedure is typical of any university in the Russian Federation. Talking about living, I said that living in the city is very safe, and I guess it's comfortable. We have a very large campus, and we have our own stadium, swimming pool, 2 recreation facilities, and a modern sport complex on campus. We also have a social and cultural center, and the territory of campus includes dormitories, 8 dormitories, canteen, a cafe, and other facilities. It's only 5 minutes walk from the dormitory to the main academic building if you live on campus. Aside from preparing students for their careers, the Amur State University offers a range of exciting and rewarding opportunities, and the students can be involved in different number of sport facilities, theater clubs, vocal singing, and other things which are typical of the student community. So enjoy the sights of Blagoveshchensk. I said that the climate is really different, so you can view and experience summer as well as winter, Russian winter. I would like to add that the Amur State University develops its major trends in the correspondence with the economical and industrial development of the region and the Far East. That's why we are in close connection with our industrial partners. Finally, I would like to say that if you are looking for quality education, truly international environment and multilingual environment, safety and warm support, we would like to welcome you to the university and to become a member of our large international family. If you have any questions, I would be glad to answer them all. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Natalia. It's really interesting to know about your region and the university. And actually, my first question, I think many of us have this question, is it possible to get employment at the spaceport?
It is, because this is what we are doing. Our students have practical training at Vostochny, and most of them enter the university due to the fact that there is a high chance to be employed at Vostochny.
Okay, thank you. Even if it's about international students, right?
Let me skip answering this question.
Right.
I'm not quite sure about the international, but the spaceport is the international platform. It's an open spaceport, and we meet a lot of delegations from NASA, from other parts of the world, international delegations, and I guess the expertise in this field will be quite in demand in the nearest future.
Totally agree that space industry is very international, so graduates can get employment anywhere in the world. I mean, yeah. And my last question, I mean, I was going to ask you last questions, but I see that there is a question from the chat, and the question is it possible to have official employment for international students in your city?
Sure, we have a lot of international companies, joint companies, who are seeking for students with different skills, language skills, let's say. And we also try to find any kind of working opportunities to support students during their life in the city, in the university.
Okay, thank you so much. Since we are running out of time, I encourage everybody who would like to apply to study at Amur State University to do so in the nearest future. And thank you so much, Natalia. Have a nice evening.
Thank you.
And we move on, and I invite Ms. Pevneva, Head of International Relations Department from Kuzbas State Technical University, to take a floor and tell us about well-renowned university. Good morning. The university is based on the coal mining capital of Russia, city of Kemerovo. Please, Inna, take a floor.
Yeah, good afternoon. Dear organizers, dear students, dear parents, let me greet you all this afternoon on the behalf of our university, Kuzbas-Gorbachev State Technical University, located in the city of Kemerovo. My name is Inna Pevneva, and I'm the head of International Department. And today I will be very happy to tell you about what majors can we offer for international students and what kind of life would you expect if you decide to join our international student community in the coming years. Our university was founded in 1950, first as a mining construction college, and then it grew into one of the most influential educational institutions in the area of technical education. The history and development of the university is deeply interlaced with the history of the region. Kuzbas is an industrial coal mining region and produces over half of all coal production and processing of the Russian Federation. Thus, the focus of the university is on training specialists for the coal enterprises and other industry sectors. Next slide, please. On the map, you can see the location of Kemerovo city. It is in the southwest of Siberia, and it takes about 4 hours flight from Moscow, which actually can be a good advantage for students who come from Asian countries, as it is possible to use other hubs for direct flights to Siberia. I'm sure that Siberia is, for many of you, wrapped up in stereotypes of dread cold and eternal winter. And I'm sure if you come and see it by yourself, you will enjoy breathtaking nature, multinational, multilingual community, very friendly environment, and great academic resources. The university campus is located right in the city center. Student dorms are about 5 to 7 minutes walk from the university buildings. There are over 7,000 students at present and 4,000 more in the branches of the universities in the cities of the region. However, most of international students prefer the head university and stay in Kemerovo. The teaching staff of the head university is over 600 professors and lecturers, most of whom hold the highest academic degrees and are devoted to scientific research projects which are very acute for sustainable development, like environmental protection, recycling of industrial waste, water cleaning technology, and safety labor measures. We understand that the success of the university to a large degree depends on its diversity and international links. So we are trying to expand the geography, and this academic year we have representatives from 11 countries, most of whom study on educational programs of higher education, that is bachelor and master degree and specialist degree. Can we move on? Yes, thank you. So let me move on to educational programs of the university that we offer for undergraduate and graduate levels. There are 6 institutes that represent the basic spheres of industries and educational majors. The Institute of Oil, Gas Technology offers majors in chemical technology, chemical engineering, energy, resources, conservation process and chemical engineering, and petrochemistry. All of these spheres are extremely essential for future industrial development. And the graduates are for sure to be in demand for enterprises, factories, labs, and scientific communities. The next institute is Institute of IT, Mechanical Engineering and Motor Transport. It prepares students for bachelor and master degrees in IT systems, technology, applied informatics, machine engineering, technology of transport processing. Having graduated from this program, students can easily find employment and make a career in home countries or start working for an international enterprises. Construction Institute. It offers education in construction of unique buildings and structures, engineering in industrial and civil construction. Construction is one of the most demanded specialties globally. As everything around us, the buildings, bridges, roads are all designed and implemented by graduates of this institute. Power Engineering Institute for bachelor and master degree offers electrical power engineering and electrical engineering. Graduates work in the sphere of power engineering on enterprises, industrial units, and this year we have a new major opening of industrial electronics, and it welcomes students who want to connect their life to production of modern electrical tools and technology, including programming and IT. Thank you. Mining Institute is the only institute that offers educational program for a specialist degree, which takes 5.5 years, and it doesn't require taking a master degree course afterwards. So that's why this specialist program is very valuable and is very popular among international students. Mining Institute offers majors in mining and applied geology. Over half of all international students prefer this institute as they plan to go back to home countries and work for mining or processing industry. Also, there are many success stories when students started as simple mining specialists and then they go up to top management of mining enterprise. The graduates also are in need in mining and underground transport, design, planning, monitoring, and safety labor. Institute of Economics and Management also offers higher educational programs in economics, management, accounting and audit, digital economics, marketing, and business analytics. Of course, economist graduates have a variety of choice of employment, self-employment, starting from establishing their own business to working in a large international companies. As for the admission of documents, we also have the standard form, and what you need is to fill in the application form. Usually the starting date for application process is in June, 20th of June. And I think this year we'll also be having it in a distant regime, distant mode, and it will be possible to pass the examination in distance. Please pay attention that it usually takes about 30 days for invitation to be issued, so make sure you do it in advance. Educational programs are in Russian, so if you don't have yet the Russian language skills, it is advisable for you to start with the foundation course, which usually lasts for 8 months, and where you can study Russian language and physics, the basics of IT and mathematics, which can help you to your further studying. And after graduating from foundation course, you get a certificate which allows you to proceed your studying with a bachelor or master degree. Yes, can we move on, please? Accommodations. The university has 5 dormitories, and all students who are enrolled in educational programs live in student dormitories located in the city center, not very far from the university buildings. The price depends on your preference. So usually there are rooms for 4 students, for 2 students. It depends on your preference. It depends on your on the availability of rooms as well. But usually it is very comfortable to get into the dormitories, and it is right near the campus, and it's very easy for accessibility, for transport and everything. Can we move on? Yes. We believe that it is important to give an opportunity for students not only to get education that will give a chance to support themselves, but to create an environment for self-expression and for talent development. So in the university, there are various fields of extracurriculum activities, such as student scientific clubs, where you can work on projects, take part in conferences. There are many projects that the university holds together with enterprises where students can take part and be the developer of certain project that can be implemented afterwards on enterprise. If you are a creative person, there is dancing and theater. Maybe this would be interesting for you. And the theater of the university has many times become a winner in international competitions and festivals. Good student is a healthy student. So actual as never before. So playing team sports, skiing is always available as well. And if you have never been mountain ski or snowboarding or snowmobile, you can visit our ski resort in a fantastic touristic place of Sheregesh. It's a countrywide ski resort and open for 8 months of the year. You can try and challenge the snow and challenge yourself. For the students of our university, it is free of charge, and there are special buses that deliver you to that place. Talking about the city itself, as I mentioned, Kemerovo is an industrial city. Nowadays, the population is about 500,000, a little bit more than 500,000 people. And it started about 70 years ago as a small mining village. The industrialization of the city was driven by coal mining and the heavy industry based on the availability of coal reserves. Now it's a modern city, relatively not big, very comfortable for living and rich in cultural life for students. There are 4 other universities in the city, and student community is very friendly and multicultural. Nevertheless, please keep in mind the climate specifics. Summers here usually are but quite warm and sunny, but winters can be harsh with temperature less than 30 degrees in January and February. So it might take some time for accommodation for students who come from warmer climates. So that's why we would advise you to come in advance, come in summertime, and we'll take 4-5 weeks for adaptation. Winters are snowy, yes, but there is a central heating everywhere, so there is no chance you can freeze while in classes. Dear students, don't be afraid of Siberia, Russia. Discover it for yourself. I'm sure that will be one of the most remarkable periods of your life. And as one wise man said, life consists not on those days which we have lived, but on those which you remember. So I wish you good luck and many memorable moments, no matter what destination for study you choose. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Ina. Hello, good afternoon to you.
Good
Thank you for
afternoon.
this presentation. I think we are looking for questions on the chat. Meanwhile, I want to ask, I'm sure that you have many industrial partners in different spheres of economy. Maybe you can share some details if they are offering any scholarships from their behalf to international students. If you have such experience, please.
Thank you for the question. Indeed, the university has a lot of industrial partners and that work on mutual scientific projects that really can be implemented and used in the region and on the countrywide. We don't yet have their individual scholarships for international students, but it can be a good resource for the future. So that's actually a great idea. So we might contact with our partners enterprises, and give them this idea. So probably for the next year, we can establish some, and it's a great resource. Thank you.
Yes, right. Thank you so much. And we have a question from the chat. The question is, from which year from which year of study it is possible to get an employment, if you know?
Yeah, thank you. Of course, nowadays, international students who study full-time are able to get employment at any time while being the student. But we advise our students to study full-time and devote their time to studying at least the first 2 years, especially their international students, yeah, and if they speak Russian not very good yet. So starting from the 3rd year, junior year, senior years, they are allowed to work legally, and it will be easier for them to find employment as they already have some linguistic ability speaking Russian. It's possible to find occupation on campus, for example, involving in different projects, or it can be outside of campus. So, but still, we would like to say that, of course, the major target for student is to study. So it's better if you focus on study first, and for employment, you will have the whole entire life.
Yes, that's right. And I also want to say that you don't need to be afraid of coming to Russia because it's not like in other countries. We have very affordable living costs. We have very affordable tuition fees and everything. So don't be afraid. Just come and experience Russian education by yourself.
Exactly. If you compare their fee for education and especially the accommodation, yeah, which is very, very low priced. So of course it's a great advantage, and we welcome international students.
Okay. My next question is, how many students from Africa do you have now? And if you have any, maybe you can tell us if it is difficult for them to settle in new environment in Siberia.
Thank you. In our university at present moment, we don't have students from Africa, but we have some in their partner universities of the region. It depends on the majors which students choose. Of course, for them, getting accustomed to the climate might take some time. Yeah, it's of course more individual if a person has traveled already to a cold climate or not. So, but nevertheless, if you're coming from Africa, from other Asian countries or Latin America, all students are involved into international student community between the universities and within our university. So if you have any other problems, any problems at all, yeah, with accommodation, with health, and all international students should get their insurance, medical insurance, yeah. You can always refer to the international office of the university. There are tutors who accompany students, international students. There are buddies, students that are always ready to help international students. So most of the problems can be solved. It just depends on your desire and your courage.
Right. So we have only 1 minute left. So I would like to give a floor again to you for some closing remark that you would like to address to potential students.
Thank you very much. Well, thank you for organizers, first of all, for everyone who joined us today. And one more time, let me welcome you to our university, Kuzbass-Gorbachev State Technical University. You're welcome to Siberia, welcome to Russia. Don't be afraid of stereotypes, break them, break the boundaries, and I'm sure this will be very memorable and very useful experience for you. You're welcome.
Thank you very much. We proceed to Tomsk State University. Good morning. We are happy to have you with us today. Tomsk State University has been among the top Russian university for many decades. I invite Ms. Yeva Burbo, representing International Division of Tomsk State University, to take a floor. Please welcome.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for inviting me to participate here today, and welcome everyone who is present at this presentation. It's my great honor to present to you Tomsk State University. So I would like to start with my first slide. Next one, please. Couple of words about Tomsk State University. So we were founded in 1878, and we are one of the first universities behind the Ural Mountains. We have a long history, which as a result, now we have 21 department, a classical university, full-fledged with different programs in different fields. Every year, we welcome more than 15,000 students at our university of different year of study. We have a lot of professors, doctors of sciences that are working together with our students. They're teaching and also doing research projects together. Among our staff, we also have PhD candidates and the winners of various state prizes of Russia in science and technology. Next slide, please. So a couple basic facts about Tomsk State University. As I said, we welcome more than 15,000 students every year. And among those, we have about 3,000 students that are from different countries of the world. They study in different faculties. We have 23 leading scientific schools. They range from humanities to engineering, just to name few. It's the Faculty of Philosophy, Faculty of Philology, Higher IT School, Institute of Applied Mathematics and Computer Science, also the Faculty of History and Political Sciences, and many others. We teach more than 135 subjects. And just to say what often students ask when I talk to them is, of course, that we are proud of being ranked by the QS World University Rankings as 250th in the world. And well, this is we have been working to achieve this result for many years, so we are really proud to be among the top best universities in the world, which means that every year we are working to keep this name. That means providing a quality education, inviting the best professors, tutors to work with us to do research and to also to teach, and of course look for the most talented students to study with us. Next slide, please. So I would like to start with presenting to you our foundation program. So for those who would like to study programs in Russian or who wish to learn some Russian language, we offer a foundation course that lasts for a year. And it has two parts. So basically there is an intensive Russian course throughout the year. And part of the year, we also offer some specialization courses in science field, in social sciences also field, and some others that are aimed at preparing students for the entrance exams to different faculties in Russian language. The tuition fee for such course is $2,250 per year. Please mind that the prices on the slide are in dollars, and the exchange rate is fluctuating currently, so those prices are a little bit subject to change and might not be accurate as to date. But you always can ask us questions via email, and we will specify this information. Apart the Russian taught programs, we also offer a number of programs taught in English. So I would like to start with bachelor degrees. So the first bachelor degree that I would like to present to you is a bachelor degree in software engineering. It is offered in Higher IT School. And this degree is 4 years of study. And I must mention that one of the key features of this degree is that students study first 2 years core subjects are trained in theoretical basis, and the third and fourth year students have a mandatory exchange or a internship at a company here in Tomsk or abroad. So we collaborate with different companies in Tomsk, IT companies, to name few, like, for example, company Code, Bitworks, EnterLab. We also have signed some agreements with such companies as Huawei. So our students have plenty opportunities to choose an internship. Of course, to be chosen for this internship, you have to show an excellent study results. Next slide, please. For master's degrees, as we also have several programs that are focused on computer science. So one of the programs is big data and data science. Master's degrees last 2 years. Important thing to say that here in Tom State University, we have our own supercomputer. So students that study computer science related degrees definitely have a good infrastructure to practice their knowledge. Our professors that are teaching this program and all other computer science related programs are also involved in working in companies as abroad as here in Tomsk. So the students really work with true professionals in the field, so they get the up-to-date knowledge in every class. Next slide, please. Here's another program in computer engineering and robotics. This program is offered at our Faculty of Innovative Technologies, and this is also 2 years master's program that includes as well an internship, a thesis work, and also working with some interesting staff that represent a scientific community here in Tomsk. And this is a very good chance to not only a practice in the field of computer science, but also to do some research work. Next slide, please. For those who are not really much interested in computer sciences or some engineering, we also have degrees that are offered in social science and business studies. So one of such programs is master's degree in international management. This is 2 years master degree offered in International Institute of Economics and Management. I must say this institute also has a wide range of industrial partners in the field. So different companies, large enterprises that are known in Russia, like for example Sberbank, and also abroad. Students study 2 years. In their second year, they have a project-based studies that are focused on some case learning, and this is also part of their thesis work. So here in Tom State University, I must say we focus a lot on a practical work, and students on bachelor and master's level not only study a lot of theory, but also a lot are involved in practical case solving and also problem learning activities, which allows us to train students in such a way that they are already prepared to work in the field as soon as they graduate. Must say that we have alumni working in Huawei, in Facebook, in some other companies based also in Europe, in US. We keep in touch with those students as well, and this is nice that we also in the start of the year we often invite our alumni to join us to give some lectures to our students. So if you join Tom State University, you have a chance to meet some of our celebrities, as we call them, and they will share with you their stories. Next slide, please. So how do you apply for our programs? To apply for our programs, you need to submit your passport copy, your diploma. For bachelor degrees, you need to submit high school diploma. For master's degrees, bachelor degree. Those documents must be translated and certified to a Russian language. You also have to complete an application form, and if you have any certificates that could support your profile, your portfolio, you also can submit them to our admissions page. Our admissions page is admissions.tsu.ru. In the last slide, I will show this information. Next slide, please. So some important things to know. Our admissions period has started already, started from 15th of January, and it will last until 20th of July. So you have plenty of time to prepare your applications, especially for those who are still high school students. And if you still don't have your high school diploma, that is not a problem. You can still email us, you can still apply, and we will simply wait for the time when you get your diploma, and then you will be able to submit it. But for now, you already can leave your application in our application website. Don't miss the deadline, the final deadline, 20th of July. A little bit about accommodation. So Tom State University offers dormitory for all students. We have 2 nice dormitories just recently built, renovated just in the city center near the campus. The cost per month, it's about $15. If students wish to live in their in an apartment or hostel, we also offer some assistance in finding those living places. Next slide. About our student life. So as I mentioned, we have a lot of international students, and of course, this means that we do a lot of things outside the curriculum. So we have Russian speaking club, we have body club, we have volunteering clubs where students have opportunities to organize different events, participate in different competitions and so on. As we are located in Siberia, as my colleague in the previous presentation said, we have an advantage of being located near to ski resorts. So our students also have a chance, and we organize those trips to Shereger skiing resort. Also in summer, you can visit some Altai resorts in the mountains, which is also part of our student life, because students together that live together and form in communities, they can cooperate and organize those trips jointly together. Next slide, please. A couple of words about Tomsk. We are very, I would say, student city, and this is supported by QS Best Student City Rankings. We take 73rd place in the world. We are 3rd student city in Russia after Moscow and St. Petersburg. This is because we have 5 universities located here in Tomsk. So we have the largest probably student community in Tomsk after Moscow. There are more than 70,000 students in Tomsk from different regions in Russia and also from different world countries. So this means we have very young population. Students here feel quite comfortable because we are also, well, safe city, safe environment, because we have 5 big university campuses that allow students to mix and mingle with each other. We also have theaters, cinemas, in winter ski resorts, ice rinks. In summer, we have also nice temperature that allows students to have different activities outside, like volleyball, swimming, and some others. We have big stadiums and also sports facilities that allow students to do football, basketball, and whatever other sports activities they would like to do. This last slide, as I said, these are the contacts, our WhatsApp number and phone. Also, there is an email. Because of the time difference, I would probably advise you to always email us before you make a call. And for example, via email, we can schedule a Zoom session or something like this. If you would like to have an extensive talk with us face-to-face, so to say, we'll be more than happy to have a conversation with you and provide you with any information that you would like to have. Probably this is all I could say in this short time, and I'm ready to answer any questions you may have.
Thank you so much, Eva, for your presentation, and hello, good afternoon to you.
Hello.
May I ask you one question? It's coming from my personal experience, because I have been to Tomsk for several times. And every time I come, I see so many young people with, such clever eyes, and I nearly see the lamps over their heads with some ideas that they want to actually, put into life. So can you please tell us if the university has any facilities to support some startups of universities or some initiatives that they might have?
Thank you for your question, and thank you for those nice words that you said about our students. That is definitely connected with the fact that, yeah, we have those 5 universities over here located. And yes, students have an opportunity to practice in Business Incubator. We have, so to say, this infrastructure that allows to develop different students' projects in their startups and so on. We also have different consultations organized by our business partners for students if they would like to start their own business. one of our programs that I said, the software engineering degree, the bachelor degree, is actually part of an education curriculum. If students want to, they can come up with their idea, pitch it to our business partners in their third year, and actually get us some financial support to develop their own startup. And this startup idea would become their bachelor thesis at the end. So we definitely support students with different opportunities that we have for them to develop their best ideas that they have.
All right. I'm looking at the chat. If we have any questions, please give us. Okay, so the question is, how can I make career in Russia after graduation? This means from the university.
Okay, so well, there are different opportunities. I would point to the most obvious probably. If you choose to study Russian language, but this is not necessarily if you go for a Russian taught degree. For the English taught degrees, we also offer additional Russian courses, so students can study in parallel in English and also study Russian, which will allow a broader opportunities for students after graduation to get employed. Or if you study in English and you don't want to study Russian, we also have a lot of international companies that are based in Tomsk. There's nearby city Novosibirsk and some others. Or now we are living online world, also working online, living in Tomsk. It's also an option. And this is possible, and students can stay in Russia and work. This is also possible in terms of law that has been recently passed. So this all depends on what student wants and how he chooses to plan his career. So I probably must say that the important thing that we have also career advisors, and when you come to study in Tomsk and Tomsk State University, we can also plan with our career advisors your path, your individual plan, and find the best way that you can proceed with your career afterwards, after graduation.
All right. The second question that we also have is how the university helps with employment.
This year, actually, this is one of the results of our pandemic projects, I would say so. We even opened our own database with vacancies in Tomsk. This is a database developed by Tomsk State University students, and we support students in finding a job during their studies, like a part-time job, and also after their studies. So basically, the option is with working with our partners, or we help with writing CVs, motivation letters, and so on to apply for any other job. So.
All right. Also, I want to ask one thing. You mentioned that you have celebrities among your former students, your graduates. Maybe you can mention some organizations where they actually work, so this would motivate potential students to apply to study at the university.
Yeah, sure. Well, since I presented several programs in computer science, probably I will name those people that first pop up in my head. So we have several working in Facebook for sure. We have several working in Google. We also have several people that work, well, basically they are working here in Tomsk, but they have a company that has headquarters in San Francisco as well. I don't remember now the name for sure, but I definitely know that we have such. And on our website, actually, if you make your research about Tomsk State University, we have all those names and all those people on our website. Right. So this is easy to check that my words are true.
Right. Yeah. Thank you so much, Eva, for your motivational speech. And actually, personally myself, I would definitely apply right now to Tomsk State University with such great perspectives that you offer to your students. Thank you so much and have a nice day.
Thank you. You too. Well, you can apply for PhD program if you wish.
I will definitely do.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Eva. So in Russia, you can obtain a fundamental education with keep knowledge in all areas. Russia is especially famous for its physical, technical, and mathematical fields. However, scientific school in the humanities, natural science, medicine, and other fields are also famous for the highest quality of teaching. In addition, Russia is one of the world leaders in the field of information technology, financial services, space engineering, and other innovative industries. Research centers of leading universities are famous for more than 100 discoveries and developments, and today this area is actively funded and supported by grants. We are moving to Moscow now, and I would like to give floor to Ms. Alexandra Ryabtsova from the International Department of Moscow Technical University of Communications and Informatics. The university celebrates its centennial anniversary in 2021 and has rich academic and scientific traditions. Alexandra, please welcome.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for inviting. So I'm glad to welcome each participant of this exhibition today on behalf of Moscow Technical University of Communications and Informatics. So Moscow Technical University of Communications and Informatics is the largest educational and scientific center for training and retraining of highly qualified specialists in the field of telecommunications, computer science, radio engineering, and economics. The university was founded in 1921 and on the 1st of January had a centenary anniversary. Among the tens of thousands of its graduates are well-known scientists, prominent state and public figures, major specialists of the national economy of Russia and many foreign countries. The history of our university as a higher educational institution began with the foundation of Moscow Electrotechnical Institute of National Communications, named after Podbelsky, based on the Electrical Engineering School of National Communications. And in 1992, this university was transformed into the Moscow Technical University of Communications and Informatics. Today, our university has two branches, North Caucasian branch and Volga-Vatka branch. And today I'm going to tell you about our Moscow branch. So this is the main building of our university. Every year, the university trains students at 5 faculties: information technology, cybernetics and information security, networks and communication systems, radio and television, and digital economy and mass communications. The university has about 8,000 full-time and part-time students at postgraduates. Training is carried out in a modern multi-level education system, bachelor and master in priority areas in the IT field. The faculty and scientific staff of MTUC consist of more than 100 professors and more than 400 candidates of science and associate professors. The international cooperation of the university has begun more than 60 years. Over the years, several thousand masters, bachelors, engineers, interns, more than 350 candidates of science from 82 countries have been trained. The university is a member of the Development Bureau of the International Telecommunication Union and actively participates in the activities of International Telecommunication Union and other international telecommunications organizations. MTC scientists participate in international projects through the already mentioned International Telecommunications Union, Universal Postal Union, as well as the International Civil Aviation Organization. Currently, so today, more than 280 foreign students from 48 countries of Latin America, Europe, Africa, Asia, and the Commonwealth of Independent States study at MTC. Now, I'm going to tell you about our educational programs. So the first faculty is Info Communication Technologies and Communication Systems. The field of professional activity of bachelors in this field includes a set of technologies, tools, approaches, and methods of human activity aimed at creating conditions for the exchange of information at a distance via wired radio optical systems, as well as its processing and storage. The second faculty is radio engineering. Yes. The field of professional activity includes research and development aimed at creating and ensuring the functioning of devices and systems based on the use of electromagnetic vibrations and waves and intended for transmitting, receiving, and processing information, obtained information about the environment, natural and technical objects. So what about the price? Sorry, I forgot to tell about it. The cost of that program is approximately $1,500. So what about Russia? Today, the cost is 113 and 900 rubles. So of course, because of the current exchange, the price in dollars, it can change a little bit. So the third program is information security. The graduate of such kind of programs is able to identify information resources that are subject to protection, threats to information security, and possible ways to implement them based on the analysis of the structure and content of information processes and the features of the functioning and the protection object. Also, our graduates can perform work on the installation, configuration, and maintenance of hardware and software, including cryptographics and technical means of information protection. Also, our graduates participate in the development of access control policies and information flows in computer systems. They also can administer the protection means of information in computer systems and networks. They also can perform work on the independent construction of algorithms, their analysis and implementation in modern software systems. They can evaluate the level of security of computer system and networks and conduct experimental research of computer systems in order to identify weaknesses. The cost of this program is also approximately $1,500 per semester, per one semester. The fourth one is management in technical systems. Graduates are highly qualified specialists in the field of development of control systems for modern high-tech technical devices, such as unmanned aerial vehicles, robotic systems, cyber-physical systems based on wireless sensing networks, computer vision systems, distributed processing systems, big data, data mining, machine learning. Our graduates of this program have a deep understanding and are able to develop not only classical information systems, but they also are professionals in the development of special software for microcontrollers, logic controllers, and other hardware platforms using modern development environments, such as Anaconda, SCADA systems, Code SYS, Python, and so on. The price of the cost of this program is again is 1,500 rubles per one semester. And the last one is informatics and computer engineering. Bachelor's degree training in this field provides an opportunity to become a broad profile specialist who has received fundamental knowledge in the field of computer science and computer engineering. The cost of this program is again approximately 1,500 rubles per one semester. So what about the admission tests? Of course, we have a preparation course at our university where students who don't know the Russian language, they can learn Russian language for 1 year. So the academic year starts in October and ends in June, and then they have admission tests. What about admission tests? Our students must have an exam in mathematics and Russian language, and the third exam, it depends on the program, so it can be physics or informatics. It depends on the program. What about the documents that our students must have to enter our programs? Admission to bachelor or master degree is conducted on a competitive base on the results of entrance examinations, as I said before, which university carries out itself. When submitting an application for admission, the applicant provides, of course, a document to identify personality and citizenship. It can be passport, then documents of education which are equivalent to government-issued documents of the Russian Federation, which are necessary to show the classification, the degree of the education. So for a bachelor degree, it can be a certificate of full secondary education. For master's degree, it can be bachelor's degree or specialist degree. For master's degree, it can be, for postgraduate, it can be master's degree or specialist degree, and so on. Of course, our students can email us at indac@mtusi.ru. Our email will be on the last slide. So if the students have who have some problems or who don't understand how to what document they should show, of course, we can help. All documents must be translated in the Russian language and notarized in the Russian consulate abroad or in the notary office on the territory of the Russian Federation. It depends on the country, and our applicants, they can just email and we'll tell everything. If necessary, an educational document obtained in foreign country must be legalized in the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and certified by the Russian embassy in the country where the document was issued. In some cases, it's required validation or recognition of foreign studies or degree issued by Main State Center for Education Evaluation in Moscow. Of course, we can help to do it too. Of course, our applicants must have visa for visa countries and migration card with purpose of entry study. It is very important now. Also, they must have medical certificate, medical insurance, indicating the absence of medical contraindications for studying in the Russian Federation, and plus a negative HIV test certificate. All the foreign students must buy a medical insurance when they be in Russia at their own expense. Of course, we help with it too. So what about the dates of application documents and so on? To see set the following deadlines for admission to bachelor's degree programs for full-time education. The start of accepting the application and documents is June 18. The deadline for completing the acceptance of documents from applicants based on the results of entrance test, which MTC conducts by itself, is July 15. Then to see sets the following deadlines for admission to bachelor's degree programs for extramural studies. The start of acceptance, the applications and documents is March the 1st. It's for extramural studies. And the deadline for completing the entrance is July 25. July 25. Then to see sets the following deadlines for admission to master's degree program. The start of accepting documents is March the 1st. The deadline for acceptance of the documents is September the 7th. And then the deadline for completing the entrance tests conducted by MTC is September 11th. So what about Moscow? I suppose that everybody knows that Moscow is the capital of the Russian Federation and the largest city in Moscow by population. Of course, we have any facilities for students, I mean some theaters, cinemas, and so on. So our students have any opportunity to entertain themselves. If anybody is interested in it, so we can tell everything then by email. So what about the student life? So what opportunities we offer for our students inside our university? The MTC Students Creativity Festival Freshman Debut is a traditional event where students showcase their talents under the leadership of artistic director. Of course, on the New Year Eve, MTC students show a prepared gala concert. There is also an annual contest of talent, creativity, and beauty, Miss and Mr. Smith, Mr. and Mrs. MTC. And of course, students prepare for a gala concert dedicated to Victory Day, the Day of Radio. It's our traditional holidays in our university. Student government holds an annual competition of short films, Kinograd, and where student teams under the experienced leadership create their own short film. In each team, the students try out their following roles like screenwriter, director, cameraman, decorator, costume designer, and of course actor. It is very interesting. During the year, the student government organizes events, interactives, and thematic breaks dedicated to various holidays, which we can celebrate, such as International Women's Day, Defender of the Fatherland Day, and Valentine's Day, and some other holidays. In TC, there are creative studios such as vocal studio, choreographic studio, studio territory of the creativity. So our students with a great pleasure take part in such kind of activities. Also, TC holds events which are aimed at adapting first-year students to student life, team building and acquaintance, personal growth, and also TC holds creative sports and educational activities. Also, what about some sport life in our university? We have teams, football teams, also men and women, so football teams, volleyball teams, and so on. Also, our students can visit such sectors as boxing, athletic gymnastic, dart section, and so on. Also, we have a running club. And every year, the M2C team takes part in the Moscow Student Sports Games. And in 2020, the first M2C sports contest was held between the faculties of the university. So what about the dormitory? Of course, we have a dormitory in the university. We have two buildings. They don't locate, so one of it locates next to our main building, and the other one locates near the other building, and so it is very convenient for students. What about the cost of our dormitory? It's approximately $215 per year. Approximately, they pay by months. And what about the medical insurance? As I said before, all our students must have it. It costs approximately $100 if our students buy it at our university. So more information you can find on our website, and of course on the last slide you can see our email, and if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to ask them. I will be glad to answer your questions. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Alexandra. Thank you for this presentation. And really great that this year you celebrate your 100th anniversary, right? So
Right, yes.
I think you're going to have a lot of events for this date, right?
Oh yes, yes. So we had a concert, online concert, and we had today there are celebrations at our university, and so now I'm in Minsk in Belarus because we have an educational exhibition as well too. It is offline, so since tomorrow we are going to take part there. And unfortunately, I'm not at our university right now. I'm not with my team, but yeah. So in my thoughts, I'm with them.
All right. We have a question regarding alumni associations. I mean, do you support this movement of your graduates? Do you kind of attract their success stories, or you can help and you get help from them? Can you tell us something about this, please?
Okay, yes, thank you for your question. Of course, what about our alumni association, so Association of our Graduates? We have these associations in Mongolia, then we have in some other countries. So I would say that Mongolia, Vietnam, they have the largest alumni association in their countries. And when we had this centenary anniversary, we sent many emails to our graduates with congratulations of our rector, and we had so many feedback from our graduates who said so many warm words about our university, about our rector, and so on. So it was very nice. Yes, we try to keep in touch with our graduates after their graduation of our university. And so what about some extraordinary graduates? I would say that we have Hamadun Toure. It's the Secretary General of International Telecommunication Union. So he graduated our university many years ago, and it's like one of our brilliant graduates.
Well, this is actually great and very impressive, to be honest. Please tell us also about opportunities for international students to start their scientific career, both at the university or maybe with some industrial partners that you might have, please.
Okay, so what about some opportunities? Of course, after graduation, bachelor degree and master degree, our students have an opportunity to enter to some postgraduate programs. Now we try to also to have some postgraduates from other countries in English, in the English language. It's like our startup, I would say. So also, what about some opportunities for our international students to have some interns? We offer internship in some countries like Kaspersky Laboratory, Nokia, Huawei, for example. Of course, students can have some internship in these countries, and then they can continue their research and scientific work at our university, if they're interested in it.
Okay. Thank you so much, Alexandra, and we hope that you will really get great response from this event, since we have so many questions, but we are out of time, so we need to move on. But after the event, we will get in touch with you with all the details and other questions that we receive from potential students. Thank you so much and have a great day.
Thank you. Have a great day too. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank you very much, Alexandra. We are trying to keep the pace in order to keep everybody involved. And let us continue the session with one of the most prominent Russian universities, the Southern Federal University from the city of Rostov-on-Don. I invite its representative, Mr. Alexey Lozovoy, to make his presentation.
Thank you so much. Can you hear me? Or do you hear me?
Yes.
I suppose yes. Well, thank you so much. Will you just upload the presentation? I suppose it would be more convenient to talk about university and programs, just being some material being visualized. Actually, yeah, shall we wait? Oh, yeah, we can start. So, the Southern Federal University, as you can guess from its name, it's located in the south of Russia, actually in two cities, in Rostov-on-Don and Taganrog. So the next slide, please. Well, yeah, the university traces its history back to 1915. Actually, from the moment then the Royal University of Warsaw, which moved to the south of Russia during the Great War, became located in the Rostov-on-Don. So the university is widely recognized as one of the best universities in Russia for academic excellence, interdisciplinary research, and social commitment. Please, next slide, if you don't mind. Yeah, thank you so much. The university accepts a lot of international students. Actually, we have more than 3,000 international students. They came to university from more than 80 countries. Also, it accepts 20 Erasmus Plus destinations, 50 exchange agreements, and 8 double degree partnerships. Students can conduct research and make prototypes at universities' international laboratories, equipment centers, and engineering centers. The university has a wealth of facilities on campus to meet students' needs in research, innovation, and development, from the state-of-the-art equipment, business incubators to sports centers. Actually, we have a swimming pool and a great number of gyms. Well, talking about the programs, I would share some of the most popular programs that we offer to international students. So all these programs are English taught. The first two programs will be the bachelor's programs. What are they? They are the theoretical computer science and information technologies, the first one, and the second one, international trade and logistics. The tuition fee is quite small. The cost of the program, of each program, is $1,800 per year. Besides bachelor's program, we deliver a great number of master's program. So next slide, please. Thank you. Among them, the most popular are mathematical modeling, numerical methods, program complexes, financial mathematics, and machine learning. The tuition fee of this program shall be a little bit more than $2,000, actually $2,040. Next slide, please. So another two master's English taught master's programs are nanoscale structures of materials and urban design. Urban design is very popular. Everything that is connected with architecture and construction building is quite popular, so we provide such a master program. After graduation from this program, students are conferred with a master degree, and they usually they usually find the job places easily. Actually, as well as in Russia as in just abroad. Thank you so much. The next program, please. The next slide, please. Thank you so much. So, information technology management and nanoengineering and materials technology. So these programs are also very popular, especially the last of these two, nanoengineering and material technology. The tuition fee will be $2,270 per year. The programs are just quite complex, and they provide a very the education of really just well quality. And people who choose these programs, they usually continue their scientific careers. Well, the next, yes, please. So the next two, management and production engineering and international business. So talking about these programs, I would say that management and production engineering are very popular among students from Middle Asia and South Asian countries, as well as international business. They provide necessary skills. They provide students with necessary skills in e-trade, in marketing, research and analysis, in management of enterprises, and so on and so forth. The tuition fee will be a little bit more than $2,000 actually, $2,040 per year. Thank you so much. Ecosystems of tourism and international studies in the context of languages and cultures. So these two master programs are for people who are interested, first of all, talking about the first one, in ecology and environmental problems. Actually, the master's degree in ecological engineering is conferred on the students who graduate from the first program. They participate. This is quite just an interesting and very important program for people who are interested to build their careers in the sphere of ecological engineering, in the sphere of environmental management, and so on and so forth. And international studies in the context of languages and cultures. Actually, people who are interested in culture, who want to make their research in cultural studies and arts, usually choose this program. The tuition fee is also a little bit more than $2,000 per year, so $2,040. Well, just talking about socialist and post-socialist studies, as well as Russian cultural studies, these two programs are people who are interested also in culture, in Russian national culture, and in sociology. After graduation from these programs, students or graduates, actually, alumni, they either prefer their research and scientific career, or they build their careers in the sphere of cultural tourism and cultural business. The tuition fee, yes, also about $2,000. Talking about the necessary credentials. To become a student, you have to apply, first of all, and fill in the application form. Usually it's online, especially in the year of 2021. Or you have to attach a scanned copy of your passport, certificate of completed secondary education if you enter a bachelor's program, or a bachelor's degree certificate or diploma if you enter a master's program, HIV certificate, it's very important and necessary, and health insurance. Talking about key dates and deadlines. Well, for document submission. If you choose bachelor's, specialist, or master study, the dates are, so the beginning of documents acceptance will be the 20th of May, and the period lasts up to the 10th of July. Just the second chance to apply for bachelor, specialist, and master's programs is from the 20th of June up to the 6th of August. Also, for PhD programs, we provide also PhD studies, just the PhD programs. The key dates will be from the 26th of July up to the 27th of August. Well, talking about entrance examinations, they also have some dates. You have to pass them online, first of all. So if you apply for bachelor's and specialists programs, the dates are from the 25th of May up to the 17th of August. For master programs, from the 25th of May up to 17th of August, and then you choose a PhD program. So from the 31st of August up to the 7th of September. Some just words on accommodation and additional costs. So becoming an international student of Southern Federal University, you will have to buy a medical insurance. It's very important and necessary. The cost is relatively small. Actually, it's a little bit less than $80 per year. Talking about meal expenses, meals are not very expensive in Rostov-on-Don as well as in Taganrog. Usually, students spend not more than $150 per month. Dormitory fees. Of course, we provide accommodation. We have two campuses, as I said, in Rostov-on-Don and in Taganrog. Actually, 9 dormitories in Rostov-on-Don and 8 in Taganrog. They're cozy, comfortable, and modern. The dormitory fees, actually, they are not very high, about $25 per month. This just price, actually, this price includes not only living, but also you may participate gyms and even a swimming pool. Next slide, please. Well, the most important part of living and studying at Southern Federal University is its students' life. Actually, as I said, the students' life in the Southern Federal University is really vivid and rich in events. A great number of festivals, competitions, sport competitions, art competitions take place at our university. Students may participate not only in all these events, they may organize their own ones, and they may, besides being socialized with different groups and clubs and different I would say companies. You may students may also participate in students' research activities, participate in part-time jobs. They may university helps to get a part-time job if a student needs it. We have a students' theater. We have a lot of students play a lot of sports. They stage different theatricals as well, and represent the university at different festivals inside the university as well as at a federal and regional level. So thank you. The next slide, please. Well, talking about the cities where the campuses of the university are located. Rostov-on-Don, it's actually the capital city of Rostov region. It's quite a large city with convenient and cozy. It has a moderate climate in winter and really warm in summer. The River Don, one of the biggest and central rivers of the Russian Federation, crosses the city. Just you can see the views in winter and summer view in this slide. We also it is not only the capital city of Rostov region. Rostov-on-Don is also a cultural capital of the south of Russia. So it has a great number of theaters, cinemas, and students may take the chance to get there and to not only like spectaculars, but also to participate in different city events. Well, Taganrog is also quite, and it's a nearby city. It's quite small, but very important. It's a cozy one. It's very green in summer. Actually, it has a very cozy atmosphere, and usually students enjoy living and studying there. Talking about contact information. In this slide, you can see the contact information. Don't hesitate to contact us via email or phone. And you may also have accounts in social media and social networks, actually in Facebook, Instagram, the Russian social media of Kontakte. So you may choose any channel just to contact us, and don't hesitate to ask questions. This is it. So if you still have any questions, I will be glad to answer them. Thank you so much.
Hello, Alexei. Great to meet you. Great to see you. Yeah, so basically, we know that Southern Federal University has a vast experience of working with international students. And I'm sure that you have really top policy towards international students and their well-being. We have a question about how you normally deal with them. So do you have separate dormitories for international students? And if you have separate groups for international students, or you mix all the students together?
Being accommodated, students, foreign students usually, they live in quite, not separate, but I would say detached dormitories. They have the same territory. The territory is guarded. So it's not easy for some pedestrian to get into. Actually, it's guarded. Inside the dormitories, students from countries, they usually prefer to live in the company of their countrymen, usually, but not always. It's their choice. Talking about just the territory or the dormitory yards, so there are any hedges between the dormitory buildings, so Russian students may communicate with foreign students as well. At least they meet in canteens, cafes that are on the territory of the university. They talk. So actually, all our facilities, including academic facilities, educational facilities, they are internationally friendly. So all of them are marked not only with Russian but English names and notices. It's not a problem to get from one place to another. You will not lose your way just in any way. So they are internationally friendly. That's right.
Yes, great. Thank you very much. We have a question. Since Rostov is a big city, right? So the question is that is it possible to get employment with only some basic Russian language, but good English or French?
But good English, for sure. First of all, we provide some part-time jobs on campus for foreign students, so the university may become just an employer, and a foreign student may become an employee, part-time employee, if he needs any job or just any employment. And of course, we have a career development center. It helps to employ students just in the city, in Rostov and in Taganrog as well. So it facilitates if you need some facilitation, just if you want to get a job, part-time, of course.
Right. Well, thank you so much. I have to tell you that we are running out of time, so we need to complete
Okay.
your presentation. So, as usually, it was very informative and interesting. So, have a great day,
Thank you so
Alexei.
much.
See you.
Thank you. Bye. See you.
Thank you very much. Russian is one of the most widely spoken language in Europe and 8th in the world in terms of the number of speakers. 260 million people speak Russian. So, foreign students have a great chance to learn and practice Russian every single day in the country of its origin. Russian universities offer many opportunities for learning Russian language. Summer courses, schools, distance learning, annual study program. Moreover, being in Russia is already a valuable experience of practicing Russian language among native speakers. This helps to improve speaking skills and overcome language barrier. So, let us move back to the heart of Mother Russia, Moscow, and meet Miss Anastasia Kolesnikova, Head of International Programs at Moscow Polytechnic University. Hello, Anastasia, please take a floor.
Hello, everyone. Hello, my dear colleagues. Hello, applicants. I'm so happy to present today. So it's freezing cold here in Moscow, but this conference gives us really an amount of warm emotions. My name is Anastasia. I'm the head of International Programs Department, and today I will speak about my lovely Moscow Polytechnic University. So the history of the university dates back to 1864. So I can say that our university, it is a big educational machine because in 2016, we have a new name, Moscow Polytechnic University, by the integrating of 6 capital universities. So that is why we have a lot of different programs, we have a lot of dormitories, we have a lot of staff. So that is one of our advantage. So let's move to another slide. Let's speak a little bit about university in figures. Yeah. Okay, thank you so much. So I can say that about approximately 20,000 students study in Moscow Polytechnic University, and it's really cute to say that approximately 10% of this amount is foreign students. It's about 2,000 students from more than 61 countries. I can also say that we have 170 programs for the applicants, for the guys who will study on the first year of education. We have also more than 150 extra educational programs. So 52 departments, 1,000 faculty members, a lot of. So mainly our programs are of engineering profile, but also we have some humanitarian programs and economic, for sure. So here on the slide you can see our main programs. Usually, so they are realized in the Russian language, but here on the slide you can see our English language programs. Now we have just 3 English language programs, and frankly speaking, I can say that now they are implemented and our experience is quite good. And we are happy, and I suppose that next year we will have more than 3. So here you see our economics and business finances. So it is our bachelor degree. As for the tuition fee, I can say that it's not so high. As you see, it's approximately 2,600. So moving to the next slide, we will see our educational programs in English, but master degree. So it is logistics and supply chain management and innovation marketing in advertising. But guys, so all our programs are implemented in the Russian language for sure. But if you can't speak the Russian language, it's not a problem for you because you can go to our preparatory department. So there, and you can learn the Russian language. If you move to the next slide, we will see the programs. It's not all our programs for sure, but it's, I suppose, most popular programs among our foreign students. So you see it's IT for sure. So it is mechanical engineering, quite a strong faculty here in our university. It is oil and gas. And also, if we move to the next slide, we will see some humanitarian, not humanitarian, it will be the next. So it is, yeah, oil and gas industry and also biotechnology. So you see that we have really a diverse range of programs that we can provide. It is one of our advantages, as I have already said, because were integrated by 6 universities in 2016. That is why we are able to provide so diverse range of programs. So moving to the next slide, we see our humanitarian ones. So it is journalism and design. Also, I can say that it is quite a strong point of our university. And also we have a lot of partners all over the world. And speaking about journalism and design, I can say that we have a lot of educational and industrial partners in Korea, in South Korea. So I suppose that we can turn to the next slide. Also, the preparatory course, as I've already said, that if you don't speak Russian, it's not a problem for you because you can apply for the preparatory course. So the price for the preparatory course is quite competitive. So it's approximately 160,000 rubles per year. So what is it? Preparatory course, if you go to our preparatory course, you will study not only the Russian language. At first, it will be more hours of the Russian language, but then also you will have your subjects that will be necessary for you to pass your exam, your bachelor or master degree or PhD, doesn't matter. Because we have 2 profiles. The first one, it is engineering one, and the second one, it is economics. So it means that you will study the Russian language and also you will study some general subjects that will be necessary for you. Yeah, like mathematics, physics, etc. So I can say that preparatory course gives not only the knowledge of some subjects in Russian or just the knowledge of the Russian language, it also gives you some overview of the atmosphere, and you will be here like a student. So you will be assimilated here, you will have all your friends, and also you will get used to the university. And I suppose it is a great stage before studying on basic programs. As for the preparatory course, I suppose that I've said almost everything, some brief information. Speaking about the deadlines and key dates of applying. So also you see on the slide here. So I hope that this year nothing changes like last year, and the deadlines will be exactly these ones. So you know that the admission campaign starts on the 21st of June 2021. I suppose it is everywhere in Russia. So the deadline of accepting full-time documents, it is the 20th of August 2021. And speaking about the acceptance the documents of the extramural form of study or curriculum, correspondence form, it is the 7th of October 2021. As for the necessary documents, yes, my colleagues, by the way, have already said everything that are necessary for the documents, but nevertheless, you know that it is notarized copy of your passport, a notarized translation of your passport. Yep, thank you so much. So also the notarized copy of educational documents, and it's essential to say that due to well, thanks to, maybe it's better to say, to COVID, to this pandemic, now we are happy to provide the online format of admission. So you just need to attach your documents online, and that's all for you. Yeah, so that's quite cute. Okay, so let's turn to the other advantage of our university. I suppose that my colleagues know that the dormitories, frankly speaking, is often like a problem for most of the universities, especially in Moscow, right? But we have 10 dormitories, so we can provide 10 dormitories for all our students, especially for foreign students. That was a question for my colleague last time about how our how do our students live. For example, foreign students, do they live together with the Russian citizens or separately? I can say that they live together, and I suppose that it is quite essential to follow this format because you will have a lot of friends all over the world. So that's it. So our dormitories, the prices of the dormitories are competitively low. So you see the price on the slide. And also it is necessary to say that all our dormitories, they are located in Moscow. So not in the Moscow region, but in Moscow exactly. So education, studying, that is for sure very important, but we need to say that some extra life, so students' life is also very important, especially for foreign students, because we understand that they come to Russia, so they are alone here, so they are separate from their families, from their houses, and they miss their parents, friends, etc. That is why we are trying to do their life really diverse. So here you see some activities that we have here in our Moscow Poly. So by the way, if you see this photo, the racing team with the race car, by the way, so if I'm mistaken, approximately 90% of this car were designed by our students. So under the project training that we have in our university. So by the way, also my students here in the photo. So you can have really a lot of activities like, for example, participating in racing, or maybe if you would like to sing or dance, so you can also join the exact clubs, yeah, here in Moscow Poly. So maybe you really wanted to be like a part of some cyber team, some sort of it. So really a diverse range of activities we can provide. Speaking about sports, we can provide approximately 40 kinds of sports, so facilities for 40 kinds of sports. So we would like to engage you, my dear applicant, so to feel like home here in Moscow Poly, and to have a lot of activities and to have more friends. So that's everything for you. So I suppose that we can go to the next slide. So here you see some really curious photo of Moscow. So you know that Moscow is the capital of Russia. It is a big city that has really a great atmosphere. So frankly speaking about myself, so I'm not from Moscow. I was born in Ukraine, and when I moved to Moscow, I can say that I really fell in love in this city. And traveling more and more, I realized that it is one of my favorite cities in the world. And also, guys, I want to say some words about the possibilities that you will have here in Moscow Poly. Especially it is internships. For example, as we have more than 50 educational partners all over the world, what does it mean for you? It means that joining our Moscow Poly family, yes, so becoming our student, you will have the possibility to go abroad and to have some diploma or certificates in different countries in other universities that are our partners. So I can say that we have really a strong relationship with South Korea, with Germany, so with China, for example, Italy, etc. So I suppose that it is a good possibility for you, my friend, to be a student of our university and also to get more experience in other countries. So on this slide, my dear applicants and colleagues, you can see our contact details. So we have, I suppose, not all, but most of the social media accounts. For sure, it is Facebook, it is Instagram, it is Telegram channel that you can join, for example. Also, you see the telephone numbers. You can contact us via WhatsApp, Telegram, as you like. So we are open for you 24 hours, and it is real because we can answer you even at night if we don't sleep. So subscribe our accounts, so be our student, and I really welcome you to our university to become a part of our friendly educational family. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Anastasia, and hello. Welcome to
Hello.
the Global Russian Education Day. Can I ask you about actually special projects with the Chinese universities? Because you have just mentioned that you have many international partners, Moscow Poly. And so what about China? Because China is actually very much polytechnic country. So can you tell us something about this kind of projects?
Yes, for sure. So I can say about the project that will be this year. So it is the project of some sort of dual diploma. So now we are developing upon this project. So speaking about internship, for sure our students will go not only to the educational internship, but also to the industrial ones. I can say that we have some relationship with Tsingtao, Henan, and Binzhou school. So we would like to be more popular in China. And now we are trying to get one of our purpose is to be well known and to have more partners here and to have more students from this country for sure. And
Okay.
not only from this country, from all
Absolutely,
countries.
absolutely. We have a question from one of the viewers. Since Moscow is the capital of Russia, and of course, people are very much care about the cost of living in Moscow, right? So maybe you can explain about this, how your student deal with this issue.
So for sure, generally speaking, the cost of living is really high in Moscow, but we have one of our advantages, I've already said. We have the dormitories, and the price for this dormitory is approximately from $35 to $70 per month. So this price is very competitive, and this price is not so high. So I suppose it is a good advantage for our future students.
Mm-hmm. Yes, definitely. I also want to add that Moscow has so many different options that you can choose any type of service which suits your budget. So basically, it's not a big problem in such a big city like Moscow, right? So, and on top of this, students are asking if they can hire apartments like separately, live separately, not in the dormitory of the university. Do you support this, or you don't recommend this? What would you say?
For sure, if they would like, they can do it. It's not a problem. But the problem is just like if they have the place in the dormitory, it means that all the stuff with the registration and visa, etc. That it will be our stuff. It will be our affair. Yeah, and we will have all the documents ready, so you do not have to even think about it. You just need to bring the documents in time to our department of visa, and that's all. But if you will rent like a separate flat, for example, you will understand that it will be like your problems. That is why it is better to live here. Moreover, we have the dormitory of the flat format. It's just like, for example, a room like a flat, yeah, for two persons, for example.
Right, right.
And it's on the territory of our campus.
All right. Thank you. And we have a question from our partner from Egypt, the AGES company, and he's asking. His name is Osama, and he's asking, do you accept transfer requests from students, I suppose, from Egypt, from Egyptian universities or any other countries? Is it possible to get a transfer to Moscow Poly?
So from Egyptian universities.
For example,
So,
Egyptian universities, yeah.
Frankly speaking, I suppose that I can't give now a full answer, but we'll contact and speak about it in details. But if I'm not mistaken, it is possible, but we need to understand what exact program
Right.
it has in Egypt, yeah, and to understand so the difference in our academic hours, so some sort of this stuff. But nevertheless, so Osama, I really wanted you to contact me, and we will, I
Yeah.
suppose, yeah,
Nice, nice.
arrange everything.
All right. Since we need to finalize our discussion, thank you very much for your presentation as usually. And I would like you to address potential students and prospective partners for recruitment with your word of welcoming to the university.
Yeah, so dear our future students, so dear colleagues, dear possible partners, so I'm really welcoming you to Moscow Poly. You can say that our history is quite diverse, and you can see our results on our website. So our programs, we are quite big university, and I suppose that you will be happy, and we will be happy to have you like students or partners here in Moscow.
Thank you very much, and have a great day.
See, yeah, for sure, you too. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much for your interesting presentation, Anastasia. And we are going to stay in the European part of Russia. I invite a representative of Oryol State Agrarian University, Mr. Alexey Leshuk. How are you today? Please tell us about your famous city and the university.
Well, I'm doing fine, thank you. And I thank you all for coming here today. My name is Alexey, and I'm a postgraduate student of the Oryol State Agrarian University. And today I would like you to enjoy our little presentation. We will guide you through the basic tenets of our university, and I will try to explain and showcase everything that might interest you. And if we have some time left, I would, of course, be glad to answer any questions you might have. So, first slide, please. The Oryol State Agrarian University was founded in the year 1975. As you might guess, our university is rather recent in comparison to others. And in our opinion, that is actually a strength because it defines a high potential for innovation in our university. It's a large educational research center, one of the 10 leading agriculture universities in Russia. It is also a member of a Visegrad University Association, a union of agricultural and natural science university of Eastern Europe as a whole, and also a member of the Eurasian Association of Universities. And on the next slide, the Oryol State Agrarian University is an innovational scientific education complex which implements over 60 different educational programs of secondary vocational education and higher education, and also supplementary education in the fields of agriculture, processing industry, economics, construction, and so on. Our university today employs a highly trained professional staff of teachers and professors, and more than 5,000 students from Russia and 16 other countries from all over the world. The university includes faculties of agribusiness and ecology, biotechnology and veterinary medicine, agri-technology and energy supply, economics, as well as the Civil Engineering Institute, the Multidisciplinary College, and the Pre-University Training Center, and the Institute of Supplementary Education. Next slide, please. So let me introduce you to the traditional areas of study in our university. And the first one would be agronomy. So in our university, future agronomists partake in a deep study of biology, agriculture, crop production, agrochemistry, land reclamation, seed production, as well as the economy of the agricultural sector as a whole. The material and technological foundations meet the highest educational standards. The faculty has a museum of soils, as well as extensive herbariums of agricultural plants, and ecological and biochemical laboratory, and its own field used for student experiments and practical training. And in addition to, as I mentioned, in addition to classroom lessons, students of the faculty undergo practical training in large scientific institutions such as the All-Russian Research Institute of Legumes and Roads and an All-Russian Research Institute of Breeding of Fruit Crops. The next field would be zootechnics. And the main direction of the educational process there aims to teach the correct organization of feeding, breeding, and raising all types of farm animals. At the same time, special attention is being paid to the development of high-level breeding work. In addition, in the course of studying, students master various courses such as economics, management, mechanization of processes, and many others. The faculty has a number of specialized research laboratories, including an animal feeding laboratory, a genetics laboratory, and others. Students carry out their practical lessons at the most modern livestock enterprises in the region. Next slide, please. The next field would be biotechnology. The training of biotechnology students at our university, along with traditional educational directions, has a number of peculiarities. The main specialization is the study of using living organisms such as bacteria, fungi, viruses, plants, etc., in agricultural production. The subject of study there are various subjects such as methods of genetic engineering, microbiology, cell biology, embryology, biochemistry, and chemical and informational technologies. The main technological foundation of this is the Oriel Regional Center for Agricultural Biotechnology. And food of animal origin is another field. Future professionals usually focus on the study of production and processing of raw materials, prepackaged products, and products of animal origin. Another focus of this education are food ingredients and additives, technological equipment, devices, documentation, regulation, design and technology, sanitary, veterinary, and building forms and regulation, international standards, methods, and means of quality control of raw materials, as well as prepackaged and ready products, and much more. Practice for future professional activities is carried out in the high-tech food industry enterprises. And if you excuse me, I think we skipped slide 4. Can we go back? No, go back to slide 4, please. Thank you. Here we can see 2 more fields of study. The first one is agroengineering. Our university trains specialists in the development and implementation of new technologies and equipment that ease the labor of livestock workers and increase crop yields. The main educational areas are such like organizing the correct and effective use of agricultural machinery and equipment, testing new equipment, introducing new technologies into existing processes, as well as automating production. The material and technological foundation is represented by 24 specialized laboratories of various purposes. In particular, very important field is veterinary medicine. Our university trains specialists in the treatment and prevention of diseases of agricultural, domestic, and exotic animals and birds. Coincidentally, the main directions of the education are veterinary therapy, surgery, microbiology and virology, obstetrics and zoo hygiene, as well as veterinary and sanitary control over the quality of animal products. The educational process and research work of students is concentrated in the specialized laboratories of anatomy and veterinary radiobiology, physiology, embryology, and others. Practical training of future veterinarians is carried out at modern agricultural enterprises and large veterinary clinics. Now to slide 6, please. So construction. The students of this specialty study the process of design and construction of buildings, installation and commissioning of various buildings. For future work in this specialty, among other things, students discover the basic of budgeting, of safety and labor protection rules and construction at construction sites, as well as the specifics of working with various materials and structures. The material foundation of the educational process is very extensive and includes various specialized laboratories, such as testing of building structures, building materials, engineering, geology, geodesy, and others. And practical training is focused on industrial and civic construction projects. And the last one we'll mention is the landscape architecture. Future landscape designers study the issues of volumetric, spatial, and organization of any territory and free space design. Three main areas of study is that the future landscape designers practicing are engineering, biology, and history. They all play different roles, of course, but they are all equally important to the process. Students undergo practical training in leading design and architectural organizations and nurseries in Moscow, St. Petersburg, Orel, as well as in private landscape design firms. Next slide, please. No slides, yes. To participate in the competition for enrollment to the university for undergraduate and specialist programs, participants must provide certain documentation, such as an application, an original and a copy of identity documents and citizenship, an original and a copy of any educational documents such as diplomas or certificates, 2 photos in the 3:4 ratio, and a medical certificate. These will most likely be, if these are provided, I'm sure that the application will have absolutely no problems. Next slide, please. So the key dates and deadlines for such admissions for full-time education, the starting date of accepting the documents is June 1st, 2021. And the deadline for the completion of any document you might have is the July 15th, 2021. And different deadlines apply for distance learning in undergraduate and specialist degrees. The beginning is May 1st and the completion is August 6th. And for training in master's programs, the in-person acceptance would be from June 1st to July 20th, and in absence acceptance from May 1st to August 6th. Next slide, please. So concerning accommodation, of course, our dormitories provide everything you will possibly need, from food to any medical help to quite decent living spaces. The fees are quite generous, as I might say, only $250 per year. And I'm sure that our dormitories will meet any possible requirements that you might have. Concerning the student life, next slide, please. The student life in our university, of course, is rather varied. Students have an opportunity to unleash their creative potential in various ways. And with that, they can enroll in various workshops, such as a core studio, which concerns with folk music, a ballroom dance studio, for those who prefer a more classical dancing. There's also a theatrical studio variant for those who prefer to try maybe themselves, maybe to practice theater. There is also a folk vocal studio, which also concerns with singing, but of course in a more modern ways. And I'm sure a lot of people would be interested in that. There's also a workshop of performing arts called Student Stars, and a historical dance studio, Noble Nest, that is, in fact, very interesting, and I would suggest you to give it a try as well, and many others. So the university has also excellent conditions for various sports. There are sports clubs for basketball, football, volleyball, cross-country skiing, polyathlon, aerobics, and table tennis, arm wrestling, etc., etc., etc. Many, many, many things, as well as modernized gymnasiums and, of course, a stadium. Of course, we're waiting you at the Oriel State Agrarian University. So let's talk a bit about Oriel as a region. It's a traditional region situated in Middle Russia, not that far from Moscow. A very culturally rich region, birthplace of such writers as Turgenev and Leskov. It always played a special role in the spiritual development of Russian people. The climate is, of course, very varied, and from season to season, the weather is very beautiful. And I'm sure that for those of you who perhaps live in a more warm climate, our winter would be quite a sight to behold. So the enrolling in our university would mean that you would live and study in probably one of the most beautiful places in Russia. And on the final slide, we have our contact information. So contact us if you have any questions. And thank you for your attention.
Thank you so much for this presentation. Yeah, it's really interesting. And if you don't mind, I would like to ask first question from myself, which is actually really interesting to me. So when, for example, you get students from other countries, other regions of planet, like from Africa or Latin America, and are there any specific topics that you cover when you teach them how to, I don't know, grow plants in their regions, or how does it normally work?
Yeah, of course. So students, of course, international students and domestic students, they all learn from the same curriculums. So there's no change there. But if they are interested, of course, our staff is most qualified to teach them anything they might want to know about their particular regions. And of course, they most certainly do, because that's part of the educational process anywhere. So if they desire to know certain things about certain regions, we would be happy and ready to answer any questions they might have.
Right. All right. Another question we got from our audience is: can a person get any scholarships during the period of studies? For example, if like he studies well or has excellent marks, you know, it is possible to switch from paid education to scholarship.
Of course, naturally.
Really?
Our university has plenty of scholarships, and our students can attest to that. So if most of our foreign programs are in fact based on scholarships. So if anyone comes here, naturally, everything will be paid for, and I'm sure they will be happy with our scholarships.
Yeah, of course. Actually, yes, also wanted to ask you the same question as I asked before about the living conditions at the dormitory. Do you have separate dorms for international students, or you mix them with Russian students?
Yes, our international students live in separate dormitories. Of course, if they prefer to live with Russian students, they can choose to do so. Yes, of course, our dormitories will provide everything they might need.
So they can actually choose, right? If they want to stay separately or with Russian students there. All right. Also, do you have any, I mean, agrarian university, I mean, has to have many international students, especially that are coming to study, and then they return back to their countries and they will get get options for employment from their governments. Is it true for your university, or you normally have like individual students who apply to study at the university?
I'd say we have both. Of course, our international program is still rather fresh, so we're still mostly trying to show our potential in this regard. But naturally, I think that any student that comes to our university will receive quite sufficient education to work, to get work in their regions and achieve great things with that. So that would be
All
my
right,
answer.
all right. Well, thank you very much for this presentation, and Alexey, I wish you a good day, and I hope that
Good day.
I personally would like to come and visit your university, so maybe in coming months we'll be able to do so. So thank you very much,
Will do.
and have a great day.
Thank you.
Russia is a multinational country where representatives of various countries and cultures can easily adapt. Not surprisingly, international students often feel themselves at home here. Russia isn't more dangerous than any other countries. However, you should still adhere to the general safety rules. Be careful with your things and streets and public transport. We do not recommend you to take a lot of cash, as it is better to use a credit card here. Use licensed taxi service or public transport, as they have fixed prices. Always follow traffic regulation and use underground walkways to cross the road to avoid the city traffic. And we move to the city of Belgrade, and I call on Mr. Dmitry Sribny to present Belgrade State National Research University. The university is a recognized research and education center and is really a popular study destination for international students. Please, Dmitry.
Hello, greetings from Belgrade. Can you hear me? My name is Dmitry. I'm the head of Education Expert Center of Belgrade State National Research University, and I would like to present our university and its 8 educational programs taught in English, which could be interesting for you. Okay, the first slide, please. Belgrade State University is among the oldest universities in Russia. It was established in 1876 as a teacher training institute to become one of the largest pedagogical institutes in Russia by 1954. In 1996, it developed into a classical university, and in 2010, it was awarded the status of National Research University. This prompt development is really a unique feature for our educational establishment. For today, it participates in the mainstream global education processes. Our positions in the credible university rankings give us grounds to be proud of our scientific achievements. Next slide, please. As for unique learning experiences, the university provides all facilities necessary for practice-oriented training. In the first place, students develop practical skills working at the university's state-of-the-art laboratories and at the Medical Institute Simulation Center. As early as in their first academic year, students do internships at various organizations where they can develop professional skills and earn money. They can even be included in the employee pool. For instance, 16 out of the 22 specialized departments at the Institute of Medicine allocated in the city clinics, which enables medical students to build work experience beginning with the first year of training. The University Center for Professional Career and Internships provides internship and traineeship opportunities for each student. The university comprises 9 institutes and 2 vocational schools, which offer 255 fields of training and 349 training programs. Among them are 8 programs taught fully in English language and over 20 joint educational programs implemented in cooperation with our partner universities. 3 of our training programs enjoy EuroAce certificate of quality. We have substantial facilities and highly skilled academic staff to implement all of our training programs. For the purposes of joint educational programs, we cooperate with partner universities in Germany, France, the Netherlands, China, and other countries. Belgrade State University is the largest research and education center of Belgrade region. It is also among Russia's leading establishments of higher education. The university enjoys its international reputation. As I have already said, it is listed in all the world's major rankings. The university is also a party to some major world associations. For instance, in 2018, Belgrade State University became a co-founder of a new Hanseatic League of Universities, which comprises 10 universities from the United States, Germany, China, the Netherlands, Belgium, South Korea, and other countries. In 2019, Belgrade State University became a network cooperation integrator for Innovations in Agricultural Global Research and Education Center established in Belgrade region. Today, we have more than 3,200 foreign students from 90 countries of the world. Lots of them tend to pursue our programs taught in English. There are 8 of them. And I'm going to start describing all of them. Please, next slide. Yes. The big number of pharmaceutical companies is operating all over the world. Our educational program in pharmacy will allow you to become the good specialist in the field of medicine production, as well as to start your own business. Maybe you will be the person who creates a new medicine against non-curable diseases. Next slide, please. For ages, people have been trying to turn iron into the gold. Maybe you are the first only one who can manage it after graduating from our bachelor program in chemistry, which lasts 4 years. Next slide. One of the programs we are very proud of is the master program in material sciences. The leading scientists of the world in this field work at our university. Under the supervision of our scientists, you will learn how to change the structure of the material and conduct your own research in this area. In this subject, our university ranks 76 plus in one of the most prestigious rankings of the world, Shanghai Global Ranking. Next slide, please. Mathematics is supposed to be the king or a queen of all sciences. Information technologies, business, economics, even chemistry and physics are often connected with mathematical rules. Besides, the language of mathematics is a special language that is spoken in every country of the world. We invite you to learn this language within our master program. Next slide. One of the biggest problems in the world is the ecology problems. Our master program in ecology gives you the information of these problems and about the ways of their solutions. Within the program, you can make up your own plan of improving the ecological situation in any region of the world. And next slide. If you would like to deal with money, and our master program in international business is especially for you. Within the program, you will learn how to create your own business and develop cooperation with the international companies. Next slide. Would you like to learn all the rules of the nature? Would you like to apply your knowledge of these rules in practice? Then the master program in physics is what you need. When graduating from this program, you can continue your education on the postgraduate level and get a PhD degree after the thesis defense. Next slide. Within the global educational space, Belgrade State University enjoys a reputation for its master and doctoral programs. Master programs are in high demand among international students. In the second stage of higher education that will enable them to do research both in Russia and in their home countries. Our university provides master. Our university cooperates with the Federal Agency for the Compatriots Living Abroad and International Humanitarian Cooperation in different parts of the world. Students who have been selected for studying in the Russian Federation by Россотрудничество Representative Office receive an opportunity to study at Belgrade State University free of charge for the whole duration of academic program, and they will receive a Russia-funded scholarship. Next slide. The university administration looks to provide students with comfortable accommodation, extensive opportunities for not only educational process, but also for science, creative work, or sports activities. Belgrade State University campus combines 7 comfortable dormitories. Here, students are provided with twin or triple rooms in a separate section with shared facilities inside, bathroom and kitchen. Each dormitory is equipped with a cafeteria, gym, a meeting room on each floor, offices for sport clubs and artistic societies, a rehearsal room, a conference hall to host different events and activities. The university has an effective system of safety which provides the highest level of safety and security living and studying. University's medical center, students' dispensary and polyclinic provide regular health control for students. Next slide. The university prides itself on its involvement both to recreational and competitive aspects of sport. The sports activities are organized within the sport complex named after the university's graduate Svetlana Khorkina, the champion of the Olympic Games and the World Contests. Apart from the health benefits of engaging in training exercises, the physical improvement of students and staff, the 36.7 thousand square meters building provides the ideal ground for sports, national and international sports competitions. Next slide. Also, Belgrade State University provides sport facilities at Equestrian School, Nezhegal Natural Park, and spend free time healthily, but also take part in international language summer schools. Being committed to ensuring the cultural environment in Belgrade region, our university encourages and facilitates talented and creative people. Our students have the opportunity to develop their full potential in 17 on-stage performance groups at the University Cultural Center. Well, yeah, and the last one, thank you for your attention. And if you want to be confident about the future, if you are interested in your career development, and also if you dream about unforgettable experiences that student life offers, choose Belgrade State University. You are always welcome. And thank you for your attention. I'm ready to answer your questions.
All right. Thank you so much, Dmitry. Hello.
Hi.
Thank you very much for this presentation. We are really impressed with the university and the facilities and the programs. I have a question. It is how do you normally organize practical training for international students who study like in English, not Russian language? Do you have some special approach to this point?
Yeah, thank you for your question. Sure, the students who study in English have opportunities to do internships both in Russia, in special departments that deal with foreign language citizens. And moreover, they can do their internship at their own countries, at their own places. For example, our medical students can do their internship if, for example, if they are from India, they go to India and do their internships in Indian clinics. Yes, if they need it. Moreover, they can do the same in Russia. So we have like both possibilities for our students.
Right. Yeah, it's interesting. Also, I have the same question regarding other programs. Like, I mean, very specific. Like you mentioned, construction nanomaterials. It looks like very complex and very specific program. So, do you have any industrial partners for this major, or you organize in your labs?
Both. So we have, of course, we have lots of partners who employ our students, who employ our graduates, and moreover, students can do their researches, their internship in our laboratories. We have like also lots of them, and no one was, you know, offended by the possibilities to study and to practice.
Of course. Okay, I also noticed that there was a question from our viewers. It was like, what is an average income in the region? I think it's a question regarding the living costs mostly, but...
The living cost, if to compare to Moscow and St. Petersburg, of course, the average income in the region is a lot lower. So the money you spend in Moscow, 1 month of staying in Moscow, yes, eating and taking a public transport, I think you can spend the same amount for 2 months in Belgrade, and maybe on 3 if you're like economic person.
Yes, so you actually mean that it doesn't, I mean, it doesn't sound like students have to give up from something. They just spend less amount for the same that they would spend in Moscow, right?
Yeah, for sure.
All right. Okay, so do you have, I mean, how many dual degree programs do you have in the university, and if international students can be a part of such programs and go to other countries as well?
We are talking about our international partners. Yes, we have, I think about 10 to 15 programs. It depends on our current level of this or that university, but the most popular among our students are dual programs with Chinese universities. I was listening to my colleague from Moscow Polytech University. She was talking about cooperation with Tsingtao, with Dezhou, Henan universities. I think we also have the same partners there, and students do like their dual programs both in Chinese universities and in our. Moreover, we have opportunity to study in European countries such as France, such as Netherlands, and many students each year, maybe except this year, took part in this Erasmus program. Our university is the participant of Erasmus program, and students going to study in Europe have a special scholarship to stay there and feel comfortable.
Okay. Yes, thank you for answering. Also, another question that we have is, do you have any special adaptation programs for international students depending from countries of their origin or their cultural background? Do you use any specialized approach to this, or you just have a unified program for them?
Yeah, thank you for this question. Of course, as we have, as I already said, 3,200 international students, the main question is to make them feel comfortable and socialized. In this case, many of our university staff members work for socialization of the students. We have partnerships, we have fellowships like Arabian Fellowship, African Fellowship, and Latin American, and so on. Moreover, we have International Student Office that help to students to hold activities, to meet, discuss programs, and make interesting international events with Russian students, and to work for this, internationalization of all the students of university.
Yes, great. I think that we have to finalize our conversation since we're running out of time. but we still have another minute, so I would like to ask you to address to prospective students with like what you would like to tell them.
Dear students, dear candidates, will be free. We will be happy. I'm sorry to see you as our students. I was talking only about 8 programs taught in English, but we have lots of them taught in Russian language. If you want to study in Russian, please contact us and do maybe your preparatory year of Russian language and continue your studying in our university. We are looking forward to see you in Belgorod.
Have a great day. Thank you. Dmitry.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Dmitry. And let us move to the city of Krasnodar, capital of Kuban region. And today we have a presentation from Kuban State University. I invite Mr. Sergey Odintsov to tell us more about the region and the university, of course.
Thank you, Mikhail. Good afternoon, dear friends. So my name is Sergey Odintsov, and I'm working at International Department of Kuban State University. And I want to tell you a little bit about our university. So it's about presentation. Okay, great. So next slide, please. So Kuban State University was founded in the year 1920, and we're a university with rich 100-year history, well-established traditions, and university-recognized achievements. The high status of our university, confirmed by numerous awards, its known reputation as a leading center of education, science, and culture of Kuban region, and have allowed the university to become famous and recognized not only in Russian but also abroad. Next slide, please. So today at KUBSU we have over 30,000 students from 72 different countries, and we have joint educational programs and international cooperations from universities from more than 80 international partners from 36 countries. So today at our university working 474 full professors and more than 1,000 philosophy doctors. We have 20 scientific schools and 7 scientific magazines. Also, our alumni working in 125 different countries of the world. So because we are a classical university, we have bachelor and master programs in many different fields of study. We have 15 faculties and 2 institutes like Faculty of Architecture and Design, Arts and Graphics, Biology, Chemistry and High Technologies, Computer Technologies and Applied Mathematics, Economics, History and Sociology, International Relations, Journalism, Law, Management and Psychology, Mathematics, Physics, Romance and Germanic Philology, Pedagogics, Psychology and Communicational Science, Russian Philology, of course, Geography, Geology, Tourism and Service, and Secondary Professional Education, Institute of Secondary Professional Education. Next slide, please. Yes, and I will tell you a little bit about some of our programs. At first, it's master's degree program. We start in English. It is major economics and management and field of study economics. So it is joint double degree programs, which realized together with our partners from Portugal and Czech Republic. So 1 year you study here at our university, and the second year you can study in one of our partners. And at the end, you get 2 national diplomas. The second one, it is bachelor program at educational science. It has many majors like Russian as a foreign language, Russian and Russian literature, mathematics and ITC, history, primary and physical education, technological education. So this program can allow you to work at schools, or maybe if you want, you can continue education at master level and postgraduate level, and continue working at universities. Next slide, please. Geoinformatics. It is bachelor program. It unfortunately taught only in Russian. So this program allows you to work in companies like Google and working with Google Maps or something like that. It's got a very rich practical base for students, and it's very interesting because it is to combine your knowledge in geography and informatics and to get some kind of maps and etc. etc. Next, please. So chemical studies, of course, bachelor level and master levels, if you was at analytic chemistry, inorganic chemistry, and chemistry of coordination components. So we have a lot of laboratories here at university, and you can continue education at master or PhD level. Next, please. International relations. So field of study, international relations and major international security. This program allowed you to study 2 different languages. One will be English, and the second one can be German or French, and it's continuous during whole education. At the end, if you want, you can working at Ministry of Foreign Affairs in your country, or maybe working in many different international companies. Next, please. Mathematical studies. So we have 2 mathematical faculties, Faculty of Computer Technology and Applied Mathematics and Faculty of Mathematics and Computer Science. And it is here you can be to continue your, to work in like a teacher if you want, of course, or you can study mathematics, applied mathematics, and continue at master level. Next, please. So documents you need for admission, of course, it's notary translation of your passports in Russian language, documents about your previous education, of course, notary translation of these documents. We need pictures and recognition certificate in case if between our countries there's no treatment about recognition. But if you're not sure about this, of course, you can contact with us and we will help you with this. And you need to be sure that your documents must be legalized, of course, if necessary. So about these questions, you can contact our department and we can give you all necessary information. Next, please. Key dates. It is different dates for depending from the level which you want to study. At first, bachelor programs. This year, we're starting from June 19 and continue till the August 6. During this period, you need to apply your documents to our university. You can do it online, or if you are here in Krasnodar, of course, you need to go into our university and apply your documents. For master level, from June 19 till August the 5th. And for postgraduate programs who want to study at PhD level, so from June 21 to July 30. About entries, it is depending from the level too. So it's starting from August 7 and August 6 from master, and for PhD it's from August the 1st till the August 15th. And one necessary point, if you want to study the programs like architecture, design, or costume and textile fabrics, journalism, and pedagogical education with the major visual art and computer graphics. So the applications dates will be from June 19 till July 12th. And the entries will be from July 13 till July 25th, because for this field of study, you need to pass some kind of special exams. Next slide is accommodation. So at our university, we have 4 comfortable dormitories located here at campus territory. Like you need about 5 or 6 minutes to going from dormitory till to our main campus, and it is very comfortable and get all necessary equipment. Also, it has gym, and near the university we have our swimming pool and very comfortable stadium. Next slide, please. So at Kuban State University we have yes, we organized many cultural and sport events for our students. And since 1952, university students have become champions of USSR, Russian, Europe, World, and Student Olympic Games. Also, our football team is 3 times champion of European Students Football Teams Championship. Next slide, please. Krasnodar region. So we are located here in the south of Russia, near the Black Sea. We have very great warm weather. Unfortunately, this week it's not so warm, but also usually it's about 10 or 15 degrees of Celsius plus, of course, during all winter. And the snow this year, it's just something extraordinary. Next slide, please. So contact information, here you can see my phone number. You can use WhatsApp, Viber, or any other messages, and our email. So we're ready to answer all questions which you have, of course. And thank you for your attention, and welcome to Kuban State University. So I hope I can see you like our students the next year. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, Sergey, for the presentation. I had a question about the climate, but you answered already, which is great. I mean, the climate is so warm and so friendly towards international students, so you definitely be able to attract a lot of them. So we have some questions from potential students. So first that we have is, will I be able to work as a teacher in a Russian school, or have an internship, I think, or your program, which is called Educational Sciences, trains teachers only for other countries?
It's depending from the majors, of course. Most popular programs for international students, it is program like Russian as a foreign language. And in this case, many students can work in their national schools like teacher of Russian language.
But if we speak about local schools, will you be able to organize some internships for international students, or it doesn't work like this?
If they want, of course, if they want to stay in Russia, they can continue, they can work at local schools. And of course, during the period of education, they have practice more than a few months, and they work in local schools to get practice to working with children.
And by the way, we have this kind of question also, which is what is the share of international students that stay in Russia, not like going to their home countries? Do you have this kind of stats?
So I suppose about 20% of students staying here in Krasnodar. Right. Of course, the main point is students from nearest countries like Ukraine, Kazakhstan, Tajikistan, but also we have students from different African countries who are staying here, working in Krasnodar, and they don't want to go to their countries. So they like here, like our city, and of course, like our climate.
Yeah, of course. Also, the question is, what occupation can get graduates of geoinformatics major?
I'm so sorry, not understand really.
Correct? I mean, what kind of occupations can get graduates of the geoinformatics major program?
So it is human field of study here.
Yeah,
it's okay. It's close to. It is like mix of geography and informatics, and they have like skills in programming, and of course in reading the electronic cards and creating electronic cards, maps. Sorry, maps.
All right. Another question we have for your university is about language training. Do you offer Russian language as a foreign language only during the foundation program, or you also have some extra classes for international students during their degree period of studies?
So of course, the first is preparatory year. It's 3 different programs, and also we have classes of Russian language during all period of study. Because all we understand that 1 year it's not enough to get Russian language at very high level. So we help our students to study here, and of course they have classes during the first year, second, and till the end of their education.
Okay. Also, can you tell us about recognition? Do you have any? So is it easy to get your diploma recognized in other countries, or there are some issues that can influence on recognition, or there are no issues and it's easy?
So, as I told before, so we have alumnus in 125 different countries. So I know that our diplomas working in many our graduates yes working in many different countries. Of course, depending from countries and their law, but so I haven't any information about the difficulties with our diplomas. So we have graduates in the United States, in Canada, in many different European countries, and everything is okay.
Okay. And the final questions that we have for you today is, how does it look to get a practical internship during international security program? What kind of practical training do you offer for such students of international security?
So, okay, at these programs, our students at practical part, yes, they're working at Krasnodar Department of Ministry of Foreign Affairs of Russian Federation. A few of them get practical at our department, so they're working with questions of recognitions, questions of legalizations, and also they're working at like a law department of Krasnodar region, so some kind of these questions of international questions.
Okay, actually this question I have already asked. It's about how many of the graduates are leaving, and since we have another one about the living conditions, if are dormitories located far away from academic buildings, or they are close? So
it's
about this
extremely
location
close.
thing. Sorry?
Yes, it's about 5 minutes from the dormitory to the main campus.
So you have kind of single dormitory for all students, and it is just nearby the academic campus, right?
Yes, it is a territory of academic campus.
Yeah, all right. Okay, then I would like to ask you to address to the potential students and the potential also partners for recruitment with some words, so that they would be encouraged to join the university.
So, okay, thank you. Dear students, we'll be very happy to see you next year. So I believe the situation with the national borders will be a little bit easy this summer. We hope that, and we can see you and you can study at our university. We believe that it will be a very good experience for you. And we can see you here, not only online way. Thank you.
We're closing our session with famous Volgograd State Technical University. The university is based in a very famous historical region with a prominent military glory. And I am glad to welcome Mr. Grigory Boyko. Please take the floor.
Thank you very much. Hi all. My name is Grigory Boyko, and I am head of the International Relations Office. Please, first slide. Next slide, please. Thank you very much. Volgograd State Technical University is a key educational scientific center in the south of Russia. It was established in 1930. Volgograd State Technical University has advanced material and technological facilities which allow it to realize students' training and scientific research to a high standard. The University Technology Park manufactures high technology products for aviation, nuclear, metallurgical, chemical, and many other industrial branches. VSTU is included into the global world rankings of higher educational institutions. As you see, we are ranked by Times Higher Education and QS agencies. Next slide. WIS2 trains highly skilled specialists for mechanical engineering, construction, metalworking, chemical, petrochemical and food industries, motor vehicle engineering, as well for spheres of agriculture, computer technologies, economics and management. At the present time, about 20,000 students are taught at the university. During the past 90 years, more than 120,000 highly skilled professionals graduated from WIS2. More than 6,000 foreign graduates from over 80 countries were awarded the higher educational degrees at the university. More than 100 international doctorate students were awarded PhD degrees. Next slide, please. We have a program taught in English. So we have two programs on bachelor courses. First, technological machines and equipment, and second, operation of vehicles. And also we have one master program. It's a digital economic program. Next slide, please. Also, the university students are taught in Russian the following fields of study: information technology, chemical engineering, material science, vehicle engineering, civil engineering, architecture, and management. Cost of direction of preparation in Russian language for bachelor program from 1,800 till $2,000. For master programs from 2,100 till $2,400. PhD courses is $2,500. Entrance examinations are held in the following subject: Russian language and mathematics for all field of studies. And also it can be physics, chemistry, informatics, biology, history. It's depend for study program which will be chosen. You must to provide following documents to our university: foreign passport of the foreign citizen, its original document must be. Next document, it's a certified notary translations of the passport into Russian language. Documents certifying education, complete secondary or higher education. It's also should be original document, properly legalized at the Russian embassies in foreign countries. Certified notary translation of higher education documents into Russian language, and certificate of foreign education recognition in the Russian Federation, if necessary. The following documents should be submitted to the admission committee of the university to enter the full-time form of study from June this year till mid of August this year, to enter the extramural form of study from June this year till September this year. The entrance examination period, the following, for the full study form of study from July this year till August this year, and for the extramural form of study from August this year till September this year. For foreign students in the full-time form of study, the university provides visa support accommodation at one of the student dormitory, which with the migration regulation registration for the period of their study. Cost of residents residing in dormitory make up from 10 to 40 US dollars per month. It's depending on conditions of comfort. Cost of medical insurance, 80 US dollars per year. Expenses for a life in city, from $150 per month. The university has the largest information library center among Volgograd universities and advanced sport complexes. Students have opportunity both to show themselves in academic activities and to reveal their talents participating in many events. For example, concerts and contents of the faculty and university levels. It can be talent concerts and so. And also it can be inter-university and regional events, for example, Festival of Cultures, Students' Spring Talent Show, and many others. In addition, students actively participate in all Russian and international contents and festivals, off-site events of the International Students Association, and so and so. Optionally, students can take part in diverse voluntary activities, work out and participate their favorite sports at indoor university gyms and outdoor sports ground, or to become member of the university basketball or volleyball team. The university is a member of a board of trustees of the International Students Association of Russia. Next slide, please. Volgograd is a large city of Russia with the population amounting to 1 million people. The city is situated in the southern federal region. Volgograd stretches along the right bank of the Great Volga River. The region has a moderate continental climate with explicit season changes. Winters are mild and summers are sunny. Warm period of year lasts for about 8 months. The Volgograd region is a multinational area. All the nationalities are able to behave friendly and live without any conflicts. During the World War II, the Great Stalingrad Battle took place here. The city was destroyed, but it stopped the enemies. The turning point in the war occurred at the banks of the Volga River, which resulted in the victory over the fascism. That is why Volgograd was awarded the title of Hero City. There are a lot of monuments and museums in the city. Currently, Volgograd is a city of universities, theaters, and parks with a large number of industrial enterprises. It has a simple and convenient infrastructure, quality medical facilities, a lot of recreation centers. The regional tourism shows good progress. Therefore, our city has gained experience and welcome tradition in the sphere of educational expert. Thank you for your attention. And if you have any questions, please do not hesitate to contact me. And welcome to our university and Volgograd. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Grigory, for this presentation. We are really impressed with the university and your programs. It's really interesting to know about this. I have a couple of questions. So first question is, which countries are most popular, I mean, in terms of a number of students that you have in your university?
So, our programs are very popular in Turkmenistan because our university, as you see, ranked by Times Higher Education. So we are included in the list of universities which diploma recognized in Turkmenistan. So Turkmenistan, it's a first country. Second country, it's Uzbekistan. Next, it's Vietnam, Nigeria, China, and Egypt.
Okay, it's interesting. Yeah, such a diverse
yes
set of countries. Okay. Okay, the second question that I have is that do you have any association of your graduates in different countries of the world, especially the countries that you have just mentioned, where you get the most number of students?
Yes, we have association of our graduates, for example, in Vietnam, in Uzbekistan, in China.
Okay, so do they somehow help you with student recruitment, or you do it only by yourself?
Yes. They helps, and I think Vietnam's more friendly association for our university. Vietnam's association, yes. Mhm.
Yeah, and we all know that your city is a really city of military glory, and so many things happened during the Second World War in your region. Can you please tell us if you somehow use this fact in working with international students? Like, do you
Yes.
do this kind of work that would engage them with this memory and everything that is important for our country?
Yes, we organized some excursions to Mamayev Hill, to Museum of Stalingrad Battle for our international students. It's on first semester of the first course, yes.
Okay, I see. Actually, another question that I have is, do you have many locations in city? I mean, in terms of accommodation, how far is accommodation facility from academic campuses? And if you have a lot of them, or you have a single building for this?
Yes, we have a lot of dormitory buildings. One dormitory located on campus, on the university campus, and another dormitory situated, maybe 10 minutes from main campus.
So it's not a big deal to get around, right?
Yes.
For the students.
It's very simple. Yes.
All right. Okay. Also, another question is that if it is possible to start scientific career with your university in some of technical fields, do you support this?
Yes. Some of our graduates work in our university. It's students from Vietnam, students from Egypt, students from one of students from Sudan. Yes.
So by that time
it's possible.
So it's possible, and by that time they normally like fluent Russian speakers. They absolutely like got into our life and culture and everything. Okay, that's great.
Yes.
Very good. Thank you so much. And I would like to invite you to
very much.
if you wish, you can say like your word to our potential students, so they would make a choice.
Thank you very much for this opportunity. Dear potential students, we are welcome to our university. Please be sure that it will be very interesting for you to study in our university, to live in Volgograd, because Volgograd, it's a very beautiful city with a great history, and it's one of the city with the interesting accommodation there.
Okay, thank you so much, Grigory, and have a nice day. And
thank you very much.
Yeah, and unfortunately, I have to say that we are coming to an end of this session. It was really interesting and was so, so interesting that I didn't feel the time. So actually, and all credits should go to our participating universities and their official representatives that have delivered such wonderful presentations and speeches. I want to say thank you to all of you who watched this presentation, this live stream. And it is important for us that you get really much information out of this, and you would make your decision to come and study in Russian Federation, in Russian universities, that you see they are very welcoming and very much friendly towards international students. I would like to also stress that we are encouraging, as an education expert center, we encourage you to approach local or nearest certified education consultants, certified by Education Expert Center, as they are very much prepared and ready to give you advice, absolutely complete advice on why come to study in Russia and how to go through all the paperwork. And I definitely thankful to all of you colleagues who took part in this session. And thank you so much. I wish everybody very successful year. And let's meet in Moscow, in Russia, for next academic year. We are waiting for you, dear international students. Have a great day.